Charlie's death. And he would prevent Charlie's death, but then the next day, something else would happen to kill him. And Desmond continued to save Charlie's life and prevent his death day after day after day before finally talking to him and saying, dude, I can't keep doing this forever. I can't save you every day. And every day, sometimes twice, 2 or 3 times a day, whatever, something's trying to kill him. That would be a good way of doing this. This is a perfect way of doing this sort of I can see the future thing, but I can't change it. Have Aaron try to save Sasha. Have Aaron try things and show that they're not working. Don't wait until the very end of the show to then have Aaron be like, oh, I tried. Where? Where did you try? Show me. How about you just don't do it? Ever think of that? How about you just don't do the rumbling? If you don't want to, don't say you tried to stop it. You're the one who did it. Anyway, then he says he did it because he wanted to. And he wanted to see the sight of everybody dead. Just like a little psychopath thing or something. He just felt like it. And then finally he just says he's an idiot. He kind of just gives up and is like, I'm just an idiot, man. So just to recap this, he's like, oh, I wanted you guys to be heroes. Actually, I wanted to push forward and find Mikasa's, the outcome of Mikasa's decision with Ymir. I mean, at least war is kind of even now, but it's never going to stop. I mean, I didn't want to do it anyways. I tried not to. It just kept happening. I mean, I kind of wanted to. I don't really know why. I think I'm just dumb. That is Aaron's conversation with Armin. And that is what people are like, oh my god. I love it. What the fuck? What was that? Like, my head hurts. What are you talking about? Now we can get into the time travel shit. Aaron killing his own mom. Aaron killing his own mom. Why? Just another cheap shock thing thrown in for no reason that does not feel like Attack on Titan. And it opens the door to so much shit, right? This might be the biggest plot hole in Attack on Titan, is Aaron killing his own mom. Because it shows that with the Founding Titan, he can directly affect the past and change things. Which then opens the door to, why didn't he do that more at all? Every single thing that happens in Attack on Titan is now Aaron's choice. Every bad thing that happens to him, every bad thing that happens to anybody is now a direct choice that Aaron has allowed to happen. Because if he can save Bertolt, he could do anything. He could go back in time all the way back to fucking Ymir and just stop the Titans right then and there. He could have stopped Bertolt from kicking in the wall. He could have stopped anything, man. He could have saved countless lives. Chose not to. Why bother, right? I just want to kill my own mom. So dumb. And like the going into the past shit with Grisha and that whole thing, absolutely fine. And you can say this is a special circumstance because Grisha had the Attack Titan. He could see Aaron's memories. Aaron could see Grisha's memories. It's like a feedback loop. Zeke with the Founding Titan took them through paths there, and this link between Grisha and Aaron allowed them to sort of communicate a little bit. I'm cool with that. Just end it there. Leave it with that. It was a special circumstance. Aaron killing his own mom, there's nothing special about that. He just decided to do it. Just kind of felt like it. He decided to intervene this one time, but never again. So at the end of the show, the Alliance is now sent to negotiate with the Jaegerists by gleefully telling them that we've killed Eren Yeager and the rumbling has failed. I guess Historia's queen, and there is no war for a while. We see that. Keep in mind in the anime, they kind of retconned it a bit. In the manga, it looks like there's no war for probably 40 to 50 years. In the anime, it looks like hundreds of years. And then just to really tie a neat little bow on this, Isayama decides to throw in a potential teaser that the Titan Curse could be beginning anew. Which would just be excellent, right? Because why bother accomplishing anything? Lots of people are saying, oh, this is not what this means, blah, blah, blah. Kind of looks like it to me. Kind of looks like that tree, that's where Eren was buried. Kind of looks like maybe the Titan Curse is coming back. I don't know. Point is, we're not told, and it's up for interpretation, and if the interpretation you choose to believe is that this is an allusion to the Titan Curse beginning anew, then it's just another bad thing about the ending. I think that about covers it. I think that's about all my thoughts about Attack on Titan's ending. With the old Titan shifters deciding to jump ship and join the Alliance, like what the fuck? What's going on there? Do they have their own agency or not? Do all the other Titan shifters not give a shit because they died recently? I guess we'll never know. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. One of the biggest animes of all time. It had a super controversial ending, but even after that...
So it's a new year, and what better way to celebrate than to complain about something from last year that still really bugs me. So the Attack on Titan anime has ended, but the reception it received was a bit different from the reception the manga ending got. The manga ending had people split down the middle, with about half thinking the ending was okay, and the other half thinking the ending was absolutely terrible. I fell into the latter group. The anime, however, has gotten a more positive reception, and while there were still some people who thought that the ending was terrible, the overall consensus seems to be that the ending was okay. Which for me has been a bit disheartening to say the least, because none of the problems with the manga ending were fixed in the anime. Sure, the anime had great animation, great action, great voice acting, great music, and great presentation. But in the end, none of that matters when the writing is still atrocious. I'm sure the final season of Game of Thrones also had great action, great acting, great music, and so on, but in the end none of it could make up for the terrible writing. Now let me be clear, the ending was not devoid of good things. It did have some very effective and even beautiful moments, but those can't outweigh the negative impacts that the bad and often baffling writing decisions caused. I've already covered the reasons why I thought the ending didn't work, and how I thought the story of Attack on Titan should have ended, so I won't go over that again here. I'll just put links to those in the description. For this video, I just want to focus on one aspect of the ending, the one that for me is unforgivable, namely what it did to Eren Yeager.
Okay, so first things first. I make an active effort to keep things positive on this channel. Until now, I've only talked about stuff I like and why I like said stuff. Maybe some minor criticisms here and there, mostly for comedic effect, but nothing major. I do this because I don't want to turn into yet another nostalgia critic type guy. While I don't pretend to be a saint online, we all know this kind of angry reviewer content can and often is very entertaining, I actually think that in the long term, this type of content can be very damaging, toxic, and oftentimes just plain mean to a bunch of people that did nothing to deserve so many roastings and communities dedicated to hating them and what they do. And truth be told, do we seriously need more negativity on the internet? However, as you've surely guessed by the title or thumbnail, today's subject matter will surely ruffle some feathers, not least of which my own. I will inevitably end up calling some people out, getting very political, obviously, and saying quite a few harsh things at certain groups of people, because that's just something that has been living rent-free in my mind, and I need to get it off my chest so I stop flooding comment sections with huge texts nobody will ever read. That said, depending on your, shall we say, profile, you may already be pissed at the very premise of this video. If that's the case, I kindly ask you to please give me a chance. Try to watch the whole thing. I swear I'm trying here to be as fair and reasonable as possible. So at the very least, let me make my case and approach this with an open mind. Now, if you happen to fall into another kind of profile which uses, say, hashtag Team Eren unironically, among other less savory hashtags, then I'm sorry, at some point I will harshly criticize you. You probably won't be open-minded anyway, and this video is likely not for you. Truth be told, I'm actually kinda terrified to release this video. I know this is a small YouTube channel and it probably won't blow up, but you know, this topic tends to get heated and I'm not sure I want or can deal with it. Still, I guess I just really need to do this. There, all cards on the table. We good? Okay, on with the video. Oh yeah, obviously spoilers for the whole thing, no way around those. Also, I'm anime only, that's why this video is only releasing now. So, Attack on Titan. I don't think it really needs much introduction, right? A manga created by Hajime Isayama that exploded in popularity back in 2013. When the first season of its anime adaptation aired, this is the sort of work that even those generally unaware about anime have at the very least heard the name in passing somehow. The first OP fucking slaps. It became a meme. Here's a few of my favorites. As is usual with anything that becomes hugely popular to the point of becoming quote-unquote mainstream, at some point pushback from contrarians begins to turn up, saying it's overrated, overblown, not that good, and actually fast. Wait, what? Yeah, in case you couldn't tell already, this is what this video will be about. Attack on Titan at some point began to be accused of actually being low-key fascist, racist, anti-Semitic, promoting Japanese nationalism, and other such fare. Over time, this narrative became so big that it permeated discourse over this work to such an extent that it turned into one of those situations where your general character is in question when you mention you like it. Content creators, I'm assuming here, let me clarify, begin to shy away from discussing it because things tend to get really heated, weird rumors start making the rounds, and unambiguously awful people begin to further fuck up the discussion until it all turns into a shit show where people are generally on guard for toxicity whenever it comes up. Here's the thing, AOT is so clearly, obviously, unambiguously not fascist that I'm just straight up flabbergasted this narrative has become so entrenched into conversations and publications at all. But wait, before you go, here's another thing. There are also understandable, dare I say, genuinely concerning reasons for this response. Nothing is simple, everything is complicated, and on this video I will make my case as to why Attack on Titan is obviously not fascistic or very problematic at all, but also how this narrative came to be, who and what perpetrates it, why it can be at least a little concerning, and generally saying people should.
So, Attack on Titan, right? This shit was fire. Now, I know niggas is saying horrible ending. But I feel like as a manga reader, right, when I read it a long time ago, there were certain things I didn't have context to. Number one. And the emotional weight and depth of a lot of the scenes didn't hit as hard because there's no music. There's nothing that was like animated. So reading it versus watching it is going to give you two completely different experiences. You know what I mean? I was sitting up there when I was reading it some years ago, like, damn, I can't wait for this to get animated still, even though I don't love the ending like that. I felt the same way about Bleach. When Bleach ended, I was like, I hate this ending. How did he even get that? How did he even get in that position? But I still am excited to see it animated. You know what I mean? So that's how I was feeling the same way Attack on Titan. And maybe they can make me appreciate and love it more with the scores, with the way that they animate some of the fights. Hopefully they explain some things that the manga doesn't, though I don't think they will. Let me say the first thing that I thought was fantastic about this is Armin's voice actor. That nigga, whenever this nigga yells, cries, or screams, he gets into a part of me that is just like give him an Oscar. Every time this, like, he says anything, like, brother. And there's only two other scenes in the entire show that have given me that feeling. When Armin is screaming after he sees Eren die in the first couple episodes. And then when Reiner and Eren are arguing in the tree and Reiner's trying to convince him why what he was doing was justified. Those are the only moments where voice acting has completely peaked in Attack on Titan for me. And this scene where, you know, Armin is crying and trying to get himself to wake up. I'm like, damn, bro, that shit about to make me cry. For real. I don't know if I can even get any clips. Okay, good. They did right. Like, look.
You got me, because Midoriya isn't white, he's Japanese. But white anime fans who always like to point out how much.
And today we're reacting to Young Thug Keeps Effing Up. This is not playing out well. This is just like going outside. I saw somebody fighting for Young Thug in the last video. You know, I see the other people making fun of him. Regardless of whatever angle it is, I think the best answer for something like this on your name that you do not want to be attached to you is just shutting the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And letting it figure itself out. But hey, let's see what it happens, bro. Pull up to the Twitch stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5, 6 p.m. Got a special stream for y'all on Sunday. This Sunday. Make sure y'all pull up. Let up.